is a perfectly round geometrical 3D object, like a football. So it has no flat face, it is round, and it has no edge, and it has no vertex. So a sphere is round like a football.
The surface area of a sphere is equal to 4 multiplied by the value of pi and the square of the radius of the sphere. The volume of a sphere is equal to 4 over 3 of the value of pi and the cube of the radius of the sphere. In this question, we're going to see how to apply the formula for the surface area of a square. The formula for the surface area of a square, SA, is equal to 4 pi r squared. So we're going to substitute values into that equation. A sphere has a radius of 7 centimeters. Calculate its surface area. Therefore, the surface area, SA, is equal to 4 multiplied by the value of pi, which is 22 over 7, multiplied by the square of the radius of the sphere, which is 7 centimeters. 7 multiplied by 7. 7 will cancel out 7. Therefore, SA is equal to 4 multiplied by 22 multiplied by 7. SA is equal to 28 multiplied by 22. The surface area of the square is equal to 28 multiplied by 22, which is equal to 616 centimeters squared. A spherical water tank has a radius of 6 meters. Find the volume of the tank. In this question, we are going to apply the formula for the volume of a sphere. Volume of a sphere, V, is equal to 4 all over 3 pi r cubed. And this is the same thing as 4 all over 3 multiplied by the value of pi, which is 22 all over 7, multiplied by the value of radius, which is 6 raised to the power 3. The volume of the water tank is equal to 4 multiplied by 22 multiplied by 216 all over 3 multiplied by 7. And this value is the same thing as 4 multiplied by 22 is 88 multiplied by 216 all over 21, which is the same thing as all over 21. The volume of the water tank is equal to 19,008 divided by 21, which is equal to the value of 905.14 meters cubed, or 905.14 cubic meters. A hemisphere is a three-dimensional shape that is exactly half of a sphere cut through its center. So this is the diagram of a hemisphere. It is a sphere cut through its center. In other words, half of a sphere. The curved surface area of a hemisphere is equal to 2 pi r squared. The total surface area of a hemisphere is equal to the curved surface area plus the circular surface area, which is equal to 2 pi r squared plus pi r squared, which is equal to 3 pi r squared. The volume of a hemisphere is equal to 2 all over 3 multiplied by pi r cubed. A hemisphere has a radius of 7 centimeters. Calculate its curved surface area. In this question, we are going to apply the formula of the curved surface area of a hemisphere. In the question, we are asked to look for the curved surface area. which is CSA, is equal to 2 pi r squared. If we substitute values into that equation, the expression becomes 2 multiplied by 22 all over 7 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 7. Therefore, the curved surface area is equal to 44 multiplied by 7 will cancel out 7, 44 multiplied by 7, which is equal to 308 centimeters squared, or 308 square centimeters. It has a radius of 14 centimeters. Find its total surface area. The total surface area of a hemisphere is equal to the area of the curved surface area of the hemisphere, which is equal to 2 pi r squared, plus the area of the circular surface of the hemisphere, which is pi r squared. And this is the same thing as 3 pi r squared. If we substitute values into this equation, the expression becomes 3 multiplied by the value of pi, which is 22 all over 7, multiplied by the square of the radius, which is equal to 14 multiplied by 14. 7 will divide 14, 2, 7 into 7, 1. Therefore, the expression becomes 3 multiplied by 22 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 14. The value of the total surface area is equal to 1,848 centimeters squared. A hemispherical bowl has a radius of 6 meters. Calculate the volume of the bowl. In this question, we are going to use the formula for the volume of a hemisphere. The volume of a hemisphere, V, is equal to 2 all over 3 pi r cubed. If we substitute values into this equation, the equation becomes 2 all over 3 multiplied by the value of pi, which is 22 all over 7, multiplied by 6 raised to the power, multiplied by 6, multiplied by 6, multiplied by 6. Therefore, this is the same as 3 will divide 6, 2, 3, 1. Therefore, the value is 2 multiplied by 22 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 6 multiplied by 6 all over 7. And this is the same thing as 2 multiplied by 22 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 6 multiplied by 6 is equal to 3,168 all over 7, which is the same thing as 452.57. We are calculating for the volume of the bowl. The volume of the bowl is 452.57 cubic meters. A triangular prism has a triangular cross section with base 8 centimeters and height 6 centimeters. The length of the prism is 15 centimeters. Calculate the volume of the prism. This is a diagram representing the prism. The prism has a triangular cross section and the length of the prism is 15 centimeters. We are asked to calculate for the volume of the prism. The volume of the prism is equal to the area of the triangular cross section multiplied by the length of the prism. And the area of the triangular cross section is the area of a triangle, which is 1 all over 2 multiplied by base multiplied by height multiplied by the length of the prism, which is 15 centimeters. Therefore, this is 1 all over 2 multiplied by the base is 8 centimeters, the height is 6 centimeters multiplied by 15. 2 we cancel out 8, 4, 2 we cancel out itself 1. Therefore, 4 multiplied by 6 multiplied by 15 is the value of the volume. The volume of the cylinder is equal to 360 centimeters cube. The volume of the prism is equal to 360 cubic centimeters. A rectangular prism has a length of 12 centimeters, breadth of 8 centimeters, and a height of 5 centimeters. So the prism has a rectangular cross section, and the length of the rectangular cross section is 12 centimeters, while the breadth is 8 centimeters. Then the height of the prism is 5 centimeters. We are asked to calculate the total surface area of the prism. The formula for the total surface area of this rectangular prism is equal to 2 multiplied by the area of the base plus the perimeter of the base multiplied by height. The area of the base of the rectangular prism is a rectangle. Therefore, the area of the base is equal to length multiplied by breadth plus the perimeter of the base is equal to 2 multiplied by length plus breadth multiplied by height. Therefore, if we substitute values into this, we have 2 multiplied by the length of the prism is 12 centimeters multiplied by the breadth, which is 8, plus 2, 12 plus 8 multiplied by height of the prism, which is 5. 2 multiplied by 96 plus 2 multiplied by 20 multiplied by 5. This is 192 plus 40 multiplied by 5, which is 192 plus 200, which is equal to 392 centimeters squared. The total surface area of the rectangular prism is 392 square centimeters. The pyramid is the last solid and three-dimensional shape that we are going to learn about in this video. A pyramid is a solid object where the base is a polygon and all other triangular faces meet at a single point, which is called the apex. So this is the apex of the pyramid. And the faces of a pyramid are triangles, while the base is a polygon. So the volume of a pyramid is equal to the area of the base. The area of the base of the pyramid multiplied by the perpendicular height of the pyramid. That is the formula for the volume of a pyramid. A square-based pyramid has a base side length of 12 centimeters and a vertical height of 9 centimeters. Calculate its volume. The base of the pyramid is a square and the length of the square is 12 centimeters. So let this be the base of the pyramid. This is a square. So let the length of this square be 12 centimeters. And let the height of the pyramid be 9 centimeters. Therefore, the question says we should calculate for the volume of the pyramid. The volume of a pyramid is equal to 1 over 3 multiplied by the area of the base multiplied by the perpendicular height of the pyramid. Therefore, this is 1 over 3 multiplied by the area of the base. The base is a square. The area of a square is the square of the length of the base. Therefore, 12 squared multiplied by the perpendicular height of the pyramid, which is 9 centimeters. Therefore, this is 144 multiplied by 3 will cancel out 9, 3 cancel out itself, 1. So the volume of the pyramid is equal to 1 over 3 multiplied by the square of the length, which is 12 squared, multiplied by the perpendicular height of the prism, which is 9 centimeters. Therefore, 3 will cancel 9, 3 will cancel out itself, 1. Therefore, the square of 12 is 144 multiplied by 3. The volume of the pyramid is equal to 432 cubic centimeters.